The Seattle Mariners broke out the big bats in the 7th inning. They scored 7 runs in the 7th inning, and they've won 7 consecutive series, 9-3 the final yesterday afternoon against the Angels. Seattle is now 15-3 in their last 18 games, and they're now 2 games clear of the Astros for the lead in the American League West.
Rosarena leads it off. First pitch, tattooed out to left field, demolished and gone. It clanks off the upper deck. All tied at 1.
Goldie, you had a feeling this was coming at some point. 88-mile-per-hour fastball, middle of the plate. The fastball with plus velocity has been an issue for Randy at Rosarena. I'll tell you what, sitting 88 middle, crushed it.
Out to left field. Campero cannot make the catch. It bounces in front of him. Garver scores, and the bottom of this Mariners lineup just continues to produce. Once again, Leo Rivas getting on base and giving the Mariners a 2-1 lead.
And here's Soler with 2 out, nobody on. As he drills one toward the left field corner, it's pretty deep, and that ball is gone. A home run. Soler just kept it fair, and he ties the game with a line drive home run.
Broken bat, a little loop, and it drops in for a base hit. Ohapi is coming around. The throw by Rosarena in time, and he's out at home plate.
A laser beam home, cuts down the run, and that's it for the Angels here in the 3rd. We stayed tied. 2-2 the score as Rosarena doing it with the bat, doing it with the glove.
Throw to 3rd. Calrali ducks for cover, and it kicks away. Here comes Cal. He comes home to score. Mariners have taken a 3-2 lead.
I'm not telling you 2-game series, but for Logan Ohapi, behind the plate, does have some issues on the strike. So they're going to challenge him, and Tyler Anderson has that little double clutch leg kick. Just straight off the noggin.
Neto loops one toward the right side. It is handled on the short hop. The throw to first is too late, and the run scores.
I think they might check that one. It was really close, but the run scores the important thing. That's another good job of base running by Campero.
Tied game 3-3, bottom of the 7th. Golden opportunity right here with J.P. Crawford batting.
Ground ball, and it snakes through for a base hit. Rivas scores. Samad Taylor racing home without his helmet. 2 are in. J.P. Crawford at the top of the order puts the Mariners in front in the 7th inning.
Now we've seen JP get out in front on those breaking balls a couple times of late and driving into right field. But what about this? Just enough to get that ball through that hole.
Julio 0 for 3.
He corks this out to center field. This is way back there for Paris, and it bangs off the wall. Full steam ahead. J.P. Crawford's coming home, flying to the plate. He is safe. Julio drives him in with a wall ball double, and it's 6-3 in the 7th.
Yeah, that ball was hit so well. J.P. had 0 hesitation to hold up.
Julio takes off and dives underneath the ball. Something out of the Matrix as Julio pops up and scores. That was once in a lifetime right there. Incredible. On the ground, Shotwell has it kick off his glove. Calrali is in to score. A Rosarena trots home. 2 more in the bank for the Mariners. They have dropped 9 runs today on the Angels.
Option down.
On the ground, Williamson with a nifty snare, and there is out number 3. The Mariners just continue.
J.P. Crawford returned to the leadoff spot yesterday. It's been a while, and he drove in a couple of runs from the leadoff spot. That doesn't happen very often. He told Jem Mueller from Root Sports after the game his job is still to get on base and let the other guys drive him in.
I was trying to get on base.
Okay, so then let's talk about the guys who were on base in front of you before you cleared him. How does the speed of Leo and of Samad give you leeway?
Man, Leo's been putting up great ABs, and then Samad, laid down a perfect bunt and then the pass ball, and just trying not to do too much, just trying to get those runs in.
It was like a running bunt. What kind of skill does that take from Samad?
It takes a lot. With his speed, if he gets it down, there's a chance. So, he laid it down perfectly.
You've got a nice little hitting streak going. I know you changed your stance. How has that contributed to your success at the plate?
I think it's more of a mindset for me, just not trying to think up there and just, see ball, hit ball.
We've heard a number of you guys, whether it was Luke Raley, whether it was Julio, talk about just the way this offense is coming together. What have you seen in the last 2 weeks?
I think everyone's seen it. Boys are hot and, just going to keep it going.
Mariners are off today. They start a 6-game road trip tomorrow. They'll be taking on the Texas Rangers. Brian Wu will toe the rubber for the M's. Jack Leiter gets the nod for the Rangers. First pitch Friday night, 5:05. All right, to the scoreboard we go, and the standings we go. Oh, isn't that a pretty sight? There's Seattle victory over the Angels. Detroit knocked off Houston. Thank you very much, Tigers. And thank you very much, A's, beating Texas. So the Mariners are now 2 clear of Houston, 2.5 ahead of Texas and the Athletics, but it's still a jam-packed AL West. Local sports. All right, to the schedule we go. Pretty light in the world of baseball. A couple of doubleheaders. In fact, they're underway right now as we speak. First pitch of the first game for Quincy hosting Grandview is underway at 3 o'clock. Same time, Cascade is playing Chelan in a doubleheader in Leavenworth, and they're underway as we speak. Prep softball schedule today. They got going at 2 o'clock. Republic hosting Oroville in a doubleheader. Just one game with the Jackrabbits hosting Grandview at 3 o'clock. Also at 3 o'clock, a doubleheader. Cashmere welcomes Clay Elum to town. Waterville Mansfield hosts a doubleheader against Cascade. That started at 3 o'clock. Starting at 3:30 today, it was Lake Roosevelt and Elmira Cooley Heartline, England Dan and John Ford Coley. 4 o'clock doubleheader for Davis and Wenatchee down in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. And at 4:30, they started with Liberty Bell at Brewster. Prep soccer, kind of a lighter schedule today. It's the smaller schools in action on Thursdays. OMAC is at Chelan. They got going at 4 o'clock. 4:30, Okanagan and Liberty Bell. They're underway right now. 6 o'clock, it'll be Brewster and Oroville. And under the lights in beautiful downtown Manson, it's Cascade and Manson. And we can't forget about the Wenatchee Valley Bighorns. Guess what? They may take over first place in their division with a couple of victories over the weekend. The only team ahead of them is Great Falls. Great Falls has only lost one game. They're 14-1, the Great Falls Electric squad. And the only team they've lost to, us. The Wenatchee Bighorns. Wenatchee is 11-4. They are second in the standings. Again, they handed Great Falls their only loss of the season last Friday. Both games will tip off at the W.B. Smith Gymnasium, 7 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock on Friday. Go Bighorns. And those are just some of the games that people are playing.